Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you inside Truist Stadium for Caturday Night Fever. Here from downtown Winston-Salem, Brett Wiseman alongside Justin Zimmer this evening. Justin, Turks coming off a loss last night in their opener against the Greensboro Yard Goats, but tonight, well, wait a minute. Before we get into that, we got to get into the first pitch here. The Mad Cata, probably the world's most famous Carolina Panther fan, going to throw out the first pitch here for Caturday Night Fever. He's brought his entourage with him. Cat Daddy and the Panther Elvis are behind home plate. Let's see. All right, better than 50 Cent and Steve Aoki. We'll give him that. Okay. It was a strike by Angel Hernandez against Standards, so that's a good thing. Justin, back to the matter at hand. Turks are coming off a loss last night against the Greensboro Yard Goats, but tonight they face a more, I guess you would say, even opponent in terms of, it's actually college kids this time, but it's a darn good team out of the SCBL, a darn good league in the Kingsmen out of Rock Hill, South Carolina.
Yeah, well, I think last night was kind of, we kind of talked about it's kind of like a 40 and over team. Tonight's college kids, and so this is kind of the level of competition that they're familiar with. So I think this will be the first real test that the Disco Turkeys will have playing against competition at their size.
Yeah, you're right. It's competition of their level, of their size, and we'll see here as we go along tonight the effect that has, maybe in the terms of the style of the game that's played or whatnot. But this is a level of competition they'll be facing all season. It's a Kingsman squad that, as you and I were talking about before the game, full of Division I talent. Not short on that at all. You look at the guys that are on this roster, the schools that they hail from. It's quite a list.
Yeah, it's D1. Towson. You talk about guys from USC Upstate. They got multiple folks there. Liberty. So this is
Davidson, Presbyterian, Citadel, Campbell, UNCG, UNC Upstate, UNCG again, more UNC at William and Mary, a Liberty, Flame. So, yeah, there's a lot of D1 guys from a lot of really good D1 programs on that roster.
And so, I mean, this is a tough challenge, but also if you're the Carolina Disco Turkeys, you're going to see the Kingsmen multiple times throughout this season. So you're going to have this is like a good chance to kind of set the series, get the season series going, and open up on the right foot.
Right. So in a lot of ways, I think it could be the opener to some degree. Not that last night was not the opener, but this is the level of talent you're going to be facing the entire season. So let's take a look at the lineup here for the Kingsmen tonight. Anthony Mita out of Campbell University. He'll step in to lead things off here. Jackson Amaj hitting second. And the first pitch is right on the inside corner, strike one. Burke Comper hitting third. Johnny Sweeney in the cleanup spot. Lane McClavian hitting in the 5-hole. Gavin Phillips sixth. Aiden Rice seventh. Justin Stewart eighth. And Connor Koloryov, the pitcher, hitting ninth. As that misses inside, ball one from the Disco Turkey arm tonight. That's Wake Forest Demon Deacon, Simon Llewellyn.
Yeah, give you Simon Llewellyn's numbers for the year. Didn't really play much this year, but freshman out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. So for a player who didn't really get a lot of experience, a lot of playing time on a Wake Forest, in the ACC, the summer league's a big opportunity for him to kind of grow and develop and start building up for the fall and maybe compete for a spot, more playing time next year.
Behind the count 2-1 on Mita. Swing and a miss on a fastball, 2-2. Back even in the count.
Yeah, one of the many lefty arms that this Cisco Turkey team has. So, we're going to presume that Coach Kirk Cabana will do the same strategy as last night, try to get all the pitchers in, because last night he kind of split the pitching staff up into two of who would pitch last night and who pitches tonight.
2-2. Foul back. Yeah, we'll see if he sticks to that same MO. Another 2-2 offering inside, full count now.
And for the Kingsmen, this is their first game of their collegiate season with SCBL. I was down there before the game. They were all going over signs, so this is the first time that this group has played together in a competitive game.
Full count pitch. And that
Flicks
hit him.
him.
It would have been ball 4 anyways, so first batter faced is a hit by pitch.
Let's get you the Disco Turkeys defensively for you. It's Ezel Tubbs and break ball out in the outfield. McAllister Fleming on the left side of the infield. Brian Smith on the right side. And again, Aiden Edwards doing the catching.
It's interesting, and we were talking before the game, interesting that we see Ezel out in left. Kurt Cabana moved him around some last summer, but interesting to see what he'll do out there in the 7th spot on the scorecard as the first pitch to Homage misses outside ball 1.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things where we talked a lot about, it's so early in the season, so I think if you're head coach Kurt Cabana, you just kind of want to see where everybody can kind of contribute and be part of the lineup and where will they best fit.
1-0. Outside 2-0, and Edwards thought about the back pick, but didn't have a good enough grip on the baseball.
Kind of slid out there a little bit as he was trying to get out of the box to throw. Kind of slid right a little bit over to his right, and kind of got a little bit of the dirt caught up right on his padding, so wasn't able to successfully go over and make the throw.
2-0 is outside, and 3-0 now as Llewellyn cannot find the strike zone.
Yeah, you're just hoping that it's just like his first start, jitters of the summer.
And that is on the outside corner, strike 1, and applause drawn from the crowd here on Caturday Night Fever at Truist Stadium.
Yeah, but I say a lot of Panthers fans here. We have a whole Panthers entourage behind home plate.
Fittingly for Caturday Night Fever. There's no Bobcats anymore, thank God, so there's none of that here. Although if we see someone in a Sean May jersey, I'm going to be shocked. Misses inside ball 4, and it's back-to-back walks to lead off the ball game. And that'll bring in Comper.
Yeah, well, Blake Comper comes in. Reading about him earlier today. He had a great season over at California University, Pennsylvania. A lot of accolades in his time up there. Just finished up his senior season, so he's a real threat behind the plate for the Kingsmen. A great catcher for their roster.
He's up at Towson University, actually. The Allison Park, PA native. 6'1", 225, so he's built.
Yeah, he was on the Posey Award watch list.
And now a pickoff to second goes into center field. That's going to allow both runners to move up, so now 2 in scoring position with still nobody out.
The whole time they're on the pickoff there, Fleming was coming right over from short. Kind of seemed a little bit surprised by it as he kind of comes right over, and there's a little bit of miscommunication, but that happens in the early part of a season as guys are still getting familiar with working with each other.
A second and third, nobody out. And from the stretch, first pitch to Comper misses high ball 1.
Again, as I mentioned last night, for those who were watching, when you see a young pitcher, this is a real test of how good he can be. When you watch him work from the stretch.
That's right on the inside corner, strike 1. Good spot.
I'll pick up what I was talking about with Burt Camper up the plate. He's on the Buster Posey Award watch list a year ago, so as one of the best catchers in college baseball. So this is a very big addition for this Kingsman pitching staff to work with someone who a lot of people had a lot of respect for a year ago.
1-0's inside, 2-1 now. Big RBI spot here in the opener for the Kingsmen.
If you're on the Buster Posey watch list, that's not too bad being compared to Posey.
No score, top of the first. And the 2-1 misses up and away. It's 3-1 now. And in danger of walking the bases loaded is Llewellyn with the powerful Sweeney waiting on deck. Llewellyn back in the stretch. The full count offering has popped foul over the netting and out of play. Full count, 2 on, nobody out. Top half of the first. Kingsmen trying to get on the board here early and draw first blood here on Caturday night. Have not seen any cats in the ballpark. That could change. 3-2. And it's on the outside corner. Got him looking.
Great strikeout there by Llewellyn. Great way to fight back. He was down in the count. Fought back slowly and patiently and got the out.
That is a big-time first out. And that'll bring in Johnny Sweeney. And Sweeney checks swing, strike anyways, 0-1.
You know, looked there on the appeal there, kind of looked down, try to see if there was an option there. Just crossed the plane a little bit too much there before, and was ruled strike one.
Left on left matchup. And the 0-1 is a breaking ball that misses high, 1-1. Didn't do a whole lot of breaking, did that pitch.
Sweeney, one of the few guys on this Kingsman roster who's in the JUCO system right now at Land Lake Community College.
That pitch misses low, 2-1. That's a better miss that time, though.
Yeah, 2-1 count, and I think Llewellyn's done a very good job after letting up those first 2 walks, just trying to slowly get back into the ball game on the strike zone.
2-1, hit him. And now the bases are loaded with 1 out. The good news is it puts a force at any base now.
Plunked him a little bit on the shirt, but he kind of quickly tried to move out. But
he at least made the effort to try and get out of the way of that.
As now A.J. Lewis comes out to the mound for a mound visit, and this is one of those just trying to talk at least strategy, at least what they want to do with the batter here in McLevin, but also the infielders at this point. You're gonna want them to play in a little bit, so if it gets to their bag, they can just touch their bag and throw it across over to first.
Right, you want to take that force out if it's available. This is important, I think, for Llewellyn. Try and get things going here early on. In the first of the year. First start with the ball club. If you can get out of a jam like this, that's going to tell yourself something. It's going to tell your teammates something. It's going to tell A.J. Lewis and Kurt Cabana a whole lot of something, too.
Yeah, a lot of pressure that could really influence future outings.
First pitch misses outside, and it's a 1-0 count.
You know, McLevin from Lyon College out there, you know, outfielder and catcher. So what we're kind of seeing Zell do tonight, very limited appearances on the only 5 at bats. So this is an opportunity for him and along a lot of these guys who are still up and coming to kind of get some reps and kind of try to maybe work on some stuff they didn't work on throughout the season, but then maybe try to contend for a starting spot on their respective ball clubs next year.
And we saw Austin St. Laurent with the Disco Turkeys last year as that misses high, 3-0 now. Austin St. Laurent came in from not playing much, or if at all, with East Carolina in 2021. Came to the Disco Turkeys showdown in summer ball. There's the 3-0, and that's in there, strike 1. Came here to Winston-Salem, showed out in the Disco Turkey uniform, parlayed that into the transfer portal, went to Appalachian State, used his COVID year to remain a freshman, and won Sun Belt Freshman of the Year. So as the 3-1 count, bases loaded, still no score, and that's inside, and that hits McClavian, and it's a 1-0 ball game as a run will come across the score with still only 1 out, and the Kingsmen lead 1-0 with not a hit recorded yet. As a hit by pitch, a walk, another hit by pitch, and another walk.
Well, at this point, if you're the disco jockey, you just want to limit the damage, keep the deficit at 1, and let your bats get up to work in the bottom of the first.
And first pitch to Phillips misses up and away, ball 1. Gavin Phillips, 5'8", 200 out of USC. Is that Salkehatchie, I think? I don't know.
Salkehatchie.
We'll go with that. First pitch misses, or the next pitch to the at-bat misses outside, and it's a 2-0 count now. Up and away, ball 3. Want to take a look down to the bullpen and see if there, there's movement. We don't know who, we don't know if they're actually going to get up and throwing or not. Looks like Chase Locklear might be the one that's getting up and throwing as the 3-0 is in there, strike 1. It is Chase Locklear, the lefty, number 9, who is stretching with the resistance bands out down the right field line. And Jonathan Barham has the catching gear on. 3-0 right there, 3-2.
And well, it's tough for a pitcher, especially here at Truist Stadium. But the bullpens are easily visible, so I think it's kind of difficult. I think for a pitcher to kind of at least see, oh, they're already trying to get someone warmed up for me, and it's only the first inning.
Full count pitch is outside, ball 4, and that might be the best pitch he's thrown all night, and it didn't miss by much, if at all. Looked like it was on the corner, but it's the third walk of the inning, and a 2-0 lead now with still no hits on the board for the Kingsmen.
Bottom half of the order here,
Brings Aiden Rice to the plate, the Davidson College product, as that's right there, strike 1.
When you're in the bottom half of the order, I think you really got to take advantage here. If you're Llewellyn, they're 3, at least in so far, like they're 3 weakest hitters. Just go and go. 1-2, get them out.
And misses high and away, ball 1. One and one, the count, 2 in. Base is still loaded, still 1 out. Llewellyn's 1-1 is swung on and missed by Rice, 1-2. First time tonight, here in this first inning, that Llewellyn has been ahead in the count. And it's a 2-0 Kingsman lead here in the top half of the first without a hit recorded.
You just got to hope that he capitalizes on this.
And the 1-2. Swung on and missed, 2 down. So the 2 outs he's recorded to this point have been K's, 1 backwards, 1 forwards.
Yeah, I think, once again there, I think once he got the 2 strikes, his confidence got up, and then he was able to just go throw right away and get the inning out.
That'll bring Stewart to the plate now. 8-hole hitter. Swing and a miss. 1-1 the count to Justin Stewart, the righty, 6'1", 185 out of California University, Pennsylvania. The Butler, PA native.
He also plays catcher, so for the Kingsmen, we play him multiple times. It's just we'll probably see him at catcher for a couple starts.
1-1 misses outside, 2-1.
Got a great year up there at California University of Pennsylvania this past year, and so comes in, hopes to capitalize more in the summer league.
Misses high and away, 3-1 now. 3-1. Outside ball 4, and it's another walk. It's 3-0. 3 runs without a hit recorded as Llewellyn simply cannot buy a strike right now. Chase Locklear is up in warming in the Carolina bullpen.
A good thing is now you got the pitcher up for
Connor Kolarov, the pitcher, standing in and taking ball 1. Again, at this level, pitchers can hit and hit well. So we'll see. 1-0. Outside, 2-0.
It's got to be interesting for the pitchers, all year in college that, they're DH for. You rarely see a pitcher hit in college, and now they come to summer ball and they can go up to the plate and hit.
2-0 the count to Kolarov. On the outside corner, that's strike 1. High number of pitches here in this first inning. 5 walks and 2 hit by pitches. And 2-2 count as that one floats in over the zone.
You just know that A.J. Lewis and Kirk Cabana are just going to have to, we'll see how his bullpen goes middle of the week, but just after a rough outing, he'll probably go in there, they'll watch a little film on his start, and then
and that's on the ground, just foul. Would have been extra bases had it stayed fair. They're just wide of third. Two. Swung on, foul tipped, and held on to by Edwards. A good job by Llewellyn to limit the damage, but not before 9 men come to the plate. 3 runs across without a hit recorded. The Kingsmen lead 3-0. Carolina coming to bat when we come back.
And welcome back to Disco Turkey Baseball on YouTube. The starting pitcher for the Kingsmen is Connor Kolarov. He is a 6'5", 205-pound freshman out of Chantilly, Virginia. No starts in no appearances in his first year in college. However, in high school, was named All-District and All-Region, second-team All-State. Went 5-0 in his senior year with a 0.84 ERA, 36 strikeouts. And back in with the play-by-play, here's Brett Wiseman.
Dion Tubbs, an ever familiar face leading things off. Had hit last night. Had that familiar pink bat back in his hands, and his father, familiar face to fans as well, sitting right behind home plate to the right. As that misses inside to Dion, 1-0. Sam Fleming wearing number 44 now is on deck hitting second. Dion on the ground. It'll be a tough play, and the first baseman falls down trying to get back to cover the bag, and it's going to be an infield hit for Dion.
Well, Dion Tubbs there with the speed, that really made it easier, But the first baseman had a very tough time fielding the ball off the hop in the dirt. But Tubbs with the speed, he was able to get right over there to first.
That was Sweeney over there at first that had trouble. Oh, it's an infield hit.
Next up, the shortstop, number 44, Sam Fleming.
And Fleming on the ground to short. 6, 4, and 3. And just like that, as Fleming takes a tumble behind first. 2 pitches and now 2 outs as Fleming grounds into the double play.
Well, Tubbs had a very aggressive lead there over there, but just right over there. But Fleming, great job hustling it out. Got to the bag and then took a tumble, but very good hustle on that play.
Here's Caden Smith, the team leader in OPS right now at 1,000. After last night, the UNC Asheville Bulldog takes first pitch outside, ball 1 from the member of the tribe of William and Mary.
Pitcher and the catcher, conference rivals. William and Mary and Towson.
Smith on the ground as second, fielded cleanly, throw on in time, and it's a very quick 4-pitch first inning for Kolarov. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. Kingsmen lead this one 3-0 as we head to the second on Caturday Night Fever in Winston-Salem.
Welcome back out to Disco Turkey Baseball here on YouTube. New pitcher in for Carolina, Chase Locklear in his year at Carolina University. 12 games played, no starts, 11.1 innings pitched, 18 hits, 14 runs, 14 earned, 6 walks, 7 strikeouts, and 11.12 ERA. He relieves Shane Llewellyn after 1 inning.
We can close the book on him, just the 1 inning, 5 walks, 2 hit by pitches, 3 earned, but 3 Ks to go along with it. Defensively for Carolina.
Yep, we'll do that. It's Ezel Tubbs and Bretchbrook out in the outfield. McAllister Fleming on the left side of the infield. Brian Smith on the right. Edwards doing the catching. And now Chase Locklear doing the pitching.
Now one of those 6 returnees we talked about. Here's the pitch from Locklear, and that's right there, strike 1. Good start to the outing for him.
And if you're Coach Kirk Cabana, at this point, you're just hoping that Locklear can give you at least 2, maybe 3 innings if possible.
And that misses low ball 1. Yeah, you're hoping he could eat a couple innings here after the starter. Llewellyn had some difficulty finding the strike zone. Locklear from the stretch most of the time. The 1-1 is right there. Strike 2.
Yeah, pretty good pitch right above the strike zone and then right on in, but just hit that top corner. Good enough for a strike.
I believe that's his father, Ted Locklear, chiming in the live chat. Thank you, sir, for tuning in. 1-2. In the dirt, 2-2, and it gets away from Edwards, but no harm, no foul to the first batter of the inning.
A cell phone, and a driver's license that has been turned in here at the control center. So if you have lost your driver's
So now, right now, you're just 2-2 count.
and your cell phone,
Just looking, if you're him, just maybe look for an off-speed pitch down low in the corner.
That's what he did. He went off speed low. But a good take. Make it a 3-2 count now. Meta was hit by a pitch his first time up. It hits that one in the air left side, but it'll get out of play.
I'm probably going to request more baseballs, but right now, if you're just Carolina, you just want to, hate to say you need a shutdown inning in the second, but I think you're going to kind of need one here. Just get through this inning quickly, get your bats up back to the plate, and just kind of slowly get into this deficit and not let the Kingsmen extend it even further.
3-2 is up and away, ball 4.
next up their baseman, number 11, Jackson Homage.
Homage comes up to the plate. He walked, he scored around, he was the second run of the game. And the pitch. Foul tip, strike 1.
Apologize for the technical issue there. Trying to fix some things. We'll work things out here eventually. As 1 on, 1 out. In a 3-0 ball game. Homage skies it in the air to center. Tubbs is under it in a sometimes difficult to navigate Sunfield, but he makes the play. 4 out, number 1.
It's especially difficult now as we're in the twilight hours. The sun's kind of setting, so the shadow right now, it's more in the infield. So you got a little bit of that shadow coming up from from one of those light poles out on the third base side. Tubbs comes in, gets the out, but it's a lot harder to read as the shadows are coming in.
Here's Comper to the plate, struck out looking his first time up, one of the 3 strikeouts that Llewellyn recorded. As that is in there, strike 1 from Locklear. We were talking to Chase yesterday before the game, how happy he was to be back on this roster and with this group that's inside 2-1 with his collegiate coach Kirk Cabana.
And it's got to help for him a little bit, you know, even though Kirk Cabana is not the pitching coach at Carolina University, but having your head coach for summer ball league, someone who you're familiar with too. You've seen Kirk Cabana through the highs and you've seen him through the lows of the grind of the season.
And that's on the ground towards third, foul. 3-0 our score, top half of the second inning. Again, we apologize for the lack of a scoreboard graphic. Both nights, our scoreboard software has crashed. Sorry, Kix. I know you expect better of me. Kix Farrell chiming into the live chat. Member of last year's ball club.
And keep the comments coming. We'll chat with you throughout the night.
Tell us about your cat, too. You have some fun cat stories. 3-0 Kingsman lead, 1 out, top 1. 1-2 pitch is high. Throw down to second is not going to be in time, and Meta swipes the bag at second, and a 2-2 count now to Comper as Edwards might have had a play or a chance to get him, and he got in a good grip on that baseball, Justin, but it just slipped out at the last second. And by the time he got a grip on it, the throw was far too late.
Yeah, because I think Meta was kind of a little bit slow getting it over 2 seconds. So and now he's got an aggressive lead for third. So let's keep an eye on him, maybe potentially trying to steal third.
Popped sky high behind the plate. Edwards will give it a look, but it's out back into the seats about 10, 12 rows deep behind home plate.
Ball for a fan.
A really good crowd tonight as it was last night. In fact, I think the crowd tonight might be even bigger.
We'll find out after the game.
Two and two the count. 3-0 Kingsman lead. Top half of the second inning. Lockler's 2-2. Line to short and speared. Throw back to second. Oh, not in time. That was close.
Yeah, that was close there. Great pick over there by Fleming. Kind of gets it right over there. And then, with Meta having a bit of the aggressive lead that he did, he quickly had to throw over there, but he didn't move. But that's the risk that happens when you have an aggressive lead. Sometimes it's harder to get hard to get quick back to the bag.
Yeah, you said it right there. Aggressive secondary lead, and it almost bit him. 3-0 Kingsman runner in scoring position as Sweeney grounds that to the right side, out of frame, foul. 0-1 on the big lefty.
Got some action in the Disco Turkey bullpen as Kobe Cushing is warming up.
The other Kobe. Saw Kobe Van Bogart last night. Cushing, the Queens University product. That's in Charlotte, North Carolina, not Queens, New York. Sweeney's swing at the 0-1, fouled back. 0-2 as his club leads 3-0 here in the top half of the second with 2 down.
And
again, we apologize for there being no scoreboard. Justin and I will be updating throughout. Score, out, inning, all that fun stuff.
Yeah, but I say this with Turkey's head down there to Charlotte, late July to take on. I think that's our last game of the year, the Charlotte Blaze. They come up here to Truist Stadium before the Disco Turkeys head up to Johnstown.
Yeah, that'll be 2 important games later in the season with those guys from the 704. Also a trip down to Mooresville, Race City, USA to battle the Spinners. Also out of the SCBL. 1-2 and...
Yeah, Meadows' lead keeps getting more and more aggressive there. It starts out about 5 to 6 feet, then he kind of gets out to about 10 to 15 feet from beyond the bag. And now you see Fleming kind of getting a little more closer to second case for a pickoff opportunity.
Sweeney well hit the other way down the left field line, and that will curve out of frame, just foul.
Great chase there over by Ezel. Really had to get over there, right there in that left field corner.
And you can see right there how little room there is in foul territory.
Yeah, it's about 5, maybe potentially 5, 6 feet that are available. So, and then you have that netting as well, so you can't really reach over and grab it.
Lockler's pitch, up and away. And it's a 2-2 count now. Kingsman lead 3-0, 2 down, top 2. Deuce is wild. And Sweeney will foul that one off. 2-2, man at second, 2 down. In the top of the second. And a 3-0 lead for the Kingsmen. Out of Rock Hill, South Carolina, a.k.a. suburban Charlotte. Check on the runner, another 2-2 coming outside, 3-2, and Sweeney is making Lockler work for this third out of the inning with a man in scoring position.
again, looking for the opportunity there. I mean, you talk about Meta, though. His lead keeps getting bigger, but just trying to get that crucial
Sweeney
out.
lines that in the center field. That's a base hit. Homage will get the wave home and score easily. And it's now 4-0 Kingsmen here in the second. And that is the first hit of the ball game for the Kingsmen, surprisingly enough. Their other runs came on walks and hit by pitches from Simon Llewellyn, who made his Disco Turkey debut, the Wake Forest Demon Deacon. Walked 5 men and hit 2. And there was traffic on the bases, but that from Sweeney is the first hit, an RBI single. That scores Meta. That is behind. And back to the backstop. The pitch to McClavian. The center fielder tonight out of Lyon College. Up and away, 2-0. He's from Steele, Missouri. Not far from my favorite place on earth that's not Truist Stadium, the second favorite, which would be St. Louis. That's in there, strike one. Good comeback pitch from Locklear, 2-1. As the Kingsmen lead it 3-4 here in the top half of the second. Two-one to McClavian is in the air to center. Tubbs started in, and now will settle right underneath it in his own tracks to make the play, and that will retire the side. So 1 run on 1 hit, 1 left. Kingsmen extend the lead to 4-0. Carolina coming to bat, trying to put a dent in that 4-run lead. We're back here at Truist Stadium in downtown Winston-Salem. Brett Wiseman alongside Justin Zimmer. 4-0 Kingsman lead. Bottom half of the second. Perman Breckbull in to lead things off here for Carolina. The Wake Forest Demon Deacon outfielder.
1 of 2 from Wake Forest on this ball club.
He's one of the guys in the cage that we took a look at the past couple of days and really opened some eyes with his quick front foot, his quick hands, and sound off his bat is something to behold. Behind in the count, 0-2, takes low, 1-2. Bray on deck. Edwards to follow Izell if anybody can reach. 1-2. On the ground at first, backhanded by Sweeney nicely, and he'll step over to the bag for out number 1. So, Justin, it appears, at least at first glance, that Kolarov is very much a pitch to contact kind of guy, and it's working thus far.
Yeah, and I think that's it's an era of the game, Brett, where it's all about strikeouts. What happens is now when you have a pitcher who pitches the contact, it's gonna make the hitters work more.
Here's Bray. He takes outside ball 1.
Bray last night 0 for 2 with a walk.
Big swing, fouls that one back. 1-1 as Carolina trails it 4-0 here in the bottom half of the second inning. Nobody on, 1 out. Kolarov set. And the 1-1. And it's on the inside corner, 1-2.
1-2 count here.
Kolarov set. Another 1-2. Laced the other way, foul out of frame. And it remains a 1-2 count to Bray.
Tanner Bremen, we saw last night his plate discipline was pretty good with that good walk there, so you just got to hope that he can build upon it tonight.
And Carolina trailing 4-0. We'll see what he can do to try and get on here with 1 out. It takes outside 2-2. They got the offense going last night with a couple of runs apiece in the first 2 innings. And trailing 4-0 here, got to get it going. Bray fouls that one straight back. Well, he didn't miss that one by much.
No, he didn't. That was right on the top of the barrel. Just came down a little bit too early on the swing timing. Popped it behind the plate.
2-2 the count. With Carolina trailing 4-0. 1 down here at the bottom of the second. Bray takes outside corner. Got him looking. 2 down.
First strikeout of the night for Kolarov.
And Aiden Edwards now, the East Carolina Pirate backstop. Catching tonight for Carolina.
Yeah, caught a little bit in relief last night.
University, number 35, Aiden Edwards.
First pitch to him is outside ball 1. Ezell on deck. Carolina trailing 4-0. 1-0 outside, 2-0 now.
Yep, 2-0 count there. First 2 pitches to Edwards have been upstairs.
Been up and away. And clear they don't want to come inside and miss to him there. 2-0 is right there on the outside corner, 2-1. Able to bring that fastball back to the outer edge.
Yeah, that one just touched a little bit up on that upper edge with a strike.
Two 2-1 is popped foul straight back to the screen, and count even now, 2-2.
Good job by Kolarov so far, kind of working back through the count and just kind of letting the pitches come to him.
Two. Breaking ball got him looking outside corner. Beauty to set down Edwards and end the inning. After 2, the Kingsmen lead this one 4-0.
Welcome back to Disco Turkey Baseball on YouTube. New pitcher in for the Carolina Disco Turkeys. It's number 27, Kobe Cushing, the 6'2", 208-pound right-hander from Clemens, North Carolina. In his year at Queen's University, 3 games played, 4 2/3 innings pitched, 1 hit, 2 runs, 2 earned, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts, with a 3.86 ERA.
Sounds like Kobe's family might be here tonight, too.
Yeah, I heard a couple cheers from, I think about a little left to where we are.
Clemens native, and that's a village, as it's known, that's familiar to a lot of our fans. Home of the West Forsyth Titan High School, where A.J. Lewis's son, Harrison, aced that pitching staff to an appearance in the state semifinals before falling to Myers Park High School out of Charlotte, which is unironically where Kobe Cushing goes to school out at Queen's University.
Yeah, we saw A.J. Lewis before the game. Said hello to him down in the first base tag. I wasn't with the team last night, performing a C-section.
It would not shock me if that's what he was doing before he came to the ballpark.
No.
But AJ, I might have a bone to pick with him because he said I wasn't very gentlemanlike,
Uh-oh.
as you heard.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he's not wrong, but to outwardly say that to everybody is one thing.
I mean, yeah, in front of the whole, in front of all the boys.
In front of everybody.
Yeah, in front of all the
Yeah.
boys in the dugout, yeah.
And that's in there, strike one to Phillips, who walked his first time up. Oh, 1 from Cushing. He is on the ground towards second. In the hole, diving play at second. Throw to first, could not be scooped. Oh, what a stop by Bray at second.
That was a great play there. Great dive out there by Bray and just kind of missed time to throw, bounce it in the dirt. But that was a great pick there by Tanner Bray.
Great stop. Almost got him, but Smith couldn't quite pick that one. And it's an infield hit as that'll bring Rice to the plate. I'm going to score that an infield hit. That's a diving stop. It's a tough play for the first baseman. Showing bunt and pulling it back.
You're more generous on your score than I am.
Well, it's either an infield hit or an E3. It's not an E4.
Hey, oh, good. Let me change that now. My number. B3.
Because the throw was good. Your first baseman,
Yep.
you almost feel like you got to pick your second baseman up when he makes a stop like that. It's 2-0 now.
So that could have been a double if that ball had gone out into the outfield. Just by just looking at where Brickball was standing on that last play.
And where he was positioned in right. 4-0 lead here, top of the third. That's up and in. 3-0 now. Carolina in danger. The Kingsmen blowing this thing open as the 3-0 misses low, ball 4, and it's first and second. Nobody out. And with the Kingsmen with a 4-0 lead, have a chance to really bust this baby wide open.
Yeah, and if you're the Disco Turkeys, the last thing you want right now is this game to be 7-0 in the top of the third, and have to make like a long comeback. You just want to keep this game right now where it is at 4-0. Just limit the damage, and let your bats get up and go to work.
And Cushing will ask for a new baseball. Two on, nobody out. A 4-0 lead for the Kingsmen, looking to add to it. And the 8-hole hitter stored at the plate. Big swing and a miss at the fastball. He didn't get it. 0-1.
Yeah, great cut right there. Over there by Stewart. Just swung with that power swing, but Cushing there with the velocity, able to get the strike.
Oh, 1. Misses down to the way. 1-1 strike. Don't want to get it behind an account in this situation when it's a 4-0 game and you're trying to limit the damage.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't want to, limit the damage there, and you just want to keep this inning at 4 because we saw last night that Isco Turkey bats have some power behind them. Not no home runs, but they got back down. They were down by 2 last night in the top of the first, and they were able to come right back throughout the ball game and score runs and get runs on the board.
It's a 1-2 count after the swing and miss. A 1-2 misses inside, 2-2. Count even. This is a dangerous but crucial spot here in this ball game. Cushing's 2-2 from the stretch. Swing and a miss. Got him. Might have gotten a piece of it, but it was held onto by Edwards regardless, so it's a strikeout and 1 down, and a big first out at that. With Carolina trailing the Kingsmen 4-0, it puts the double play in order now with 1 out.
And you also got the pitcher up at the plate as well, and you just got to hope that ideally you want to strike the pitcher out here, and get 2 outs and then go back up to the top of the order and get that third. But ideally, double play is better.
See if the bunt's on, and indeed it is. Pulls back, takes strike 1.
So you're going to have McAllister is going to come in right off in from third. If he's going to pull bunt again, he's kind of right now on the little bit shallow near the dirt. Once he pulls bunt, McAllister's going to quickly rush into the grass if he wants.
And Cushing will step off before he makes the motion. And that is in the dirt. Was that fouled off? That was fouled off, I believe. An update on second baseman Tanner Bray. He's committed to Guilford Tech. Congratulations to him. And pulling back the bunt. And a 1-2 count. 4-0 lead for the Kingsmen here in the top of the 3rd inning. One, two. Did he offer? No. At least there's. Well, I thought for sure there was going to be an appeal right there, as it did look like he fully pulled it back, but was not offered at according to both umpires, so it's a 2-2 count. Showing again with 2 strikes. That's in the dirt, and that'll allow both runners to advance to second and third, respectively. And that takes the double play out of the equation and runs the count full with Carolina already down 4-0.
You'd also think would take out the sacrifice here as well on the sacrifice bunt, because if he's the bunt here, 2 strikes probably not going to bunt anyway. But if he does want to really risk a bunt, just get it right out beyond home plate.
Yeah, it might have been one of those situations, Justin, in which you keep the bunt sign on and try to get the pitcher to throw it in the dirt. Now swinging away, take strike 3 called outside corner, 2 down.
Well, that problem solved itself.
Easy for us to say.
With the bunt.
He just had to bear down right there and throw a strike, and he did that. 4-0 lead for Greensboro here at the top of the 3rd. Again, we apologize for the lack of a scoreboard this evening. And that is in there, strike 1 to Meta, I should say.
Both times up has been walked, so has not had an official at bat in this one.
First pitch or the second pitch of the at-bat is in the dirt, 1-1 of the breaking ball. 1-1 count, second and third, 2 down. That misses inside to Meta, 2-1. 2 in scoring position here with 2 down and a 4-0 lead. A chance to really bust this thing open for the Kingsmen. It's in the dirt, 3-1. On the outside corner, strike 2, full count.
Yeah, good pitch there right on that outside quarter. Looking to see if Meta was going to chase. Did not, but called strike looking.
Three-two on the way. That misses ball 4. The bases are loaded now, so Meta has been walked all 3 times to the plate.
3 times in 3 innings.
The first one was a hit by pitch, but it was ball 4 anyways.
So, yeah, good point, right.
Next batter is number 11, third baseman, Jackson Homage.
So Jackson Homage.
Second time tonight, the Disco Turkeys have had bases loaded with 2 outs.
That's in the dirt, blocked nicely by Edwards to save a run right there. Nicely done. That's in there. 1-1 the count. With Carolina trailing this one 4-0. A chance to get out of this jam relatively unscathed. 1-1, strike 2 called outside corner. Kobe Cushing, if he can get one more right here. Oh, 2 in the dirt, tried to get him to go fishing. It's 2-2.
Yeah, a little bit of that off-speed pitch down low, and sometimes you're going to see a lot of guys that would swing for that.
One, 2. Swung on and missed. He got him. Kobe Cushing able to get out of the jam, leave the bases loaded, and Carolina will be coming back up to bat, trying to put it down in this 4-0 Kingsman lead.
Let's direct your attention in front of the first base dugout.
We're back here at Truist Stadium in downtown Winston-Salem. Brett Wiseman alongside Justin Zimmer. Carolina trailing 4-0 here in the bottom half of the third.
Leading off for your disco turkeys from Brevard, left fielder number 10, Christian.
And it's Christian Ezel in to lead things off out of Brevard College, who takes ball one outside.
So far with Golov, we talked about it last inning, Brett. You know, so far been pitched to contact guy. Disco Turkey's only able to muster one hit off him.
And 2-0 the count now as the first two pitches to Ezel have missed. Ezel swings and misses at that one, strike one.
Pretty good swing right there. You know, kind of had a good power swing there. We kind of watched these guys around the cage. You know, he's kind of stood out to us the first couple of days we've gotten to see him in the cage.
2-1. Ezel swings and misses at that one. It's 2-2 now. Two-two count with Carolina trailing 4-0. Ezel takes outside, full count.
Yeah, good pitch out there on that outside edge there. 3-2, trying to see if Ezel was going to bite. Held back.
3-2 is outside, ball four. And that's just what the doctor ordered, a leadoff walk. Trailing by 4 for Carolina.
Yeah, we talked about it last night, running the 8th inning, about comebacks. You got to just go one batter at a time, not try to do everything at once. Just kind of go one at a time. Let the game come to you.
That'll bring in Aiden McAllister, the pride of the Hofstra Pride. See what I did there?
Yeah, good job.
Pretty solid night for him at the plate last night. First pitch to him is in there, strike one. Good fastball, inner half. Well placed. Let's see if Mr. McAllister can pull something into the gap or maybe over that short porch out there. Breaking ball that curves right back over the inside corner, strike two. Some good late movement on that one.
Absolutely, kind of great breaking ball pitch. Kind of came in a little bit on a little bit off that curve. Deceptive pitch to look at.
And a move to first, but nothing happening over there with Ezel. His speed is deceptive, is Christian Ezel's. Pretty fleet of foot for a guy that's a catcher most of the time. And McAllister whacks that one foul above the Carolina dugout.
I mean, Real Muto has pretty good speed as well. You know, of the Phillies catcher, you have a couple catchers that have some pretty good speed.
Real Muto is very useful for me in MLB The Show, that's for sure. 89 speed rating.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Hit him 6th in the order. Oh, 2. McAllister swings and misses, had a breaking ball in the dirt, and he's down swinging. One down here in the bottom half of the third with Carolina trailing the Kingsmen 4-0.
That brings up Bentley Yates to the plate. You know, Bentley also tied for the lead in OPS with 1,000, so he comes up to the plate 1 for 2 last night with a hit and a walk. Yates came in with a triple.
See if Bentley can get something going here offensively after the leadoff walk. Can't afford to let that go to waste. That's in there, strike one to Yates.
That was a good pitch as well.
Here comes the 0-1. That's right there at the knees, 0-2. Yates thought it was a little low, and he might have a case, but it was a good frame behind the plate.
Yeah, a good frame behind the plate there by Canty. You know, we talk about Buster Posey Award watch list. You know, Posey was a great master framer all those years with the Giants.
0-2. Yates pops that one up right side, and the play is made over there at second for out number 2, and Ezel will scamper back to first.
Brings up Deion Tubbs, you know. A lot of speed here. So if he can really rip one out, he can really take one.
And Ezel could score from first if it's deep enough into the gap. Mainly because Dion will be on his tail.
Yeah. Yeah, if it's in the gap, they're about 323 out to right.
Dion has the only hit of the night, an infield single to lead off the Carolina half of the first. Lines that one up the middle, and they get to force it second, and that will do it. We're through the first third of this one with the Kingsmen leading the Carolina Disco Turkeys 4-0. We're back here at Truist Stadium in downtown Winston-Salem. Brett Wiseman alongside Justin Zimmer. Kobe Cushing back out for his second inning of work.
Yeah, so far the only pitcher today that's made it into the second inning of work. You know, so far Llewellyn and Lockwood only went one.
And that first pitch to Comper is popped foul out of play to the right side.
That ball went up into the upper deck, up into the suite level.
Comper struck out looking his first time up and lined out to Fleming at short. His second. 0-1. Fouls that one straight back with a good hack. 0-2. As the Kingsmen lead it 4-0.
Got an arm warming up in the bullpen for the Disco Turkeys now. Let me get you the number when he.
Oh, 2 in the dirt. 1-2. And we have a lefty warming up for the Kingsmen as well. The lefties for both squads loosening. One, two. Swung on and missed at a breaking ball. Blocked by Edwards behind the plate. Throw on to first in time. And one down here in the fourth on a filthy breaking ball from Kobe Cushing.
Yeah, good breaking ball down though. Got him to swing and then just start on that drop through strike.
Here's Sweeney now. He's got the only hit of the day for the Kings, but an RBI single in the second that extended the lead to 4-0. And he takes inside ball one. Sweeney, well hit out into left. Going back onto the Ezell, makes a nice play, back pedaling for out number 2.
Yeah, good out there by Zell out there in the field. Ball was kind of coming in a little bit off the line, drive it. Zell kind of had to quickly move back, kind of readjust, got the out there. So good play there by Christian Zell.
The catcher by trade, but made a really good play out there and left as he picks some sod out of the spikes. Here's McLevant. Walked and flown out, and his 2 at-bats to this point. First pitch to him with his team leading 4-0 is down and away, ball 1. We promise we're going to try and get the scoreboard situation fixed before our next round of broadcasts.
That'll be next Thursday night out in Sparta. Against the Kingsmen, same team. Get to go barnstorming.
And 2 CPL games in between there. Tuesday against the Forest City Owls and Wednesday up in Martinsville against the Mustangs. And then again, the Kingsmen, not Sparta, but Hickory rather. You're new to the area.
Yeah,
We'll
I'm
give
new.
you a pass. Venerable LP Franz Stadium, home of the Crawdads.
I only got here Monday.
1-0 is fouled back. And that'll be Thursday. And then Saturday and Sunday, June the 4th and June the 5th. Home
Up in
out
your
at,
neck of the woods.
out at Forbush High School. Yes, literally right next to my parents at Forbush High School. Hey, maybe, I don't know, maybe they'll come out and say hi, and all of you can finally meet them as much as I've talked about them on here. And the 1-1, the Maravan has swung on a miss, 1-2. Justin's already heard stories about my dad. So.
Yes. None we can repeat on air.
Nope.
Nope.
We can tell you that he did instill my love for baseball in
Yes.
me, so we'll give him that.
Yeah, we'll go with that. That's appropriate.
Anything else he instilled will not be noted on the broadcast.
My
1-2. Inside corner, sit down. Another strikeout for Cushing, this one of the backwards K variety, and that retires the side in the 4th. We head to the bottom half. Carolina trying to put a dent in this 4-0 Kingsman lead. New pitcher on the mound as the Disco Turkeys on top of the dugout lead the YMCA. It's Chaz DeBrule that's on the mound for the Kingsmen.
Yeah, Chaz DeBrule, a 6'2", 180-pound sophomore from Kershaw, South Carolina. Plays his ball at Francis Marion University. Give you his line for his use in college. On the year, he went 13 and 3rd innings pitched, 18 hits, 15 runs, 13 earned, 9 walks, 11 strikeouts, with an ERA of 8.78.
Unironically, a lefty that's from Kershaw, South Carolina.
I think Kershaw and lefties is pretty good.
Those two are mutually exclusive, I think.
Yeah. Go ahead and, yeah.
They usually go hand in hand to a degree.
Yeah. course, talking about the great Dodger pitcher, Glenn Kershaw.
Yes. Well, before October.
Yes.
So when you get to October, he hardly exists at that point. So.
Well, I can't blame him. I mean, the Nationals got a grand slam off of him. Game 5 of the NLDS in 2019. I mean,
Justin, a Nationals fan, and myself, a Cardinals fan.
yeah, we don't need to get to that series.
Well, one of them we can get to. I'm fond of the one.
Okay, yes. I was there Game 5 that night with my dad. We went there that night.
How much have you wanted to do bad things to Pete Kozma?
That I can say on air.
There you go.
Maybe just give
Sam
a couple
Fleming.
beers and why not?
Joe
but-
Corey enjoyed the YMCA, chiming into the live chat. If you have a favorite memory from Major League Baseball that doesn't involve Pete Kozma, please tell us. And if it does involve Pete Kozma, that's even better. Pete Kozma, Daniel Descalzo beat a team full of $200 million arms and bats that year. Jason Worth won Game 4 as the first pitch to Fleming misses in the dirt ball 1 with Carolina trailing 4-0. A team of multi-million-dollar stars and superstars and a young Bryce Harper. No match for the Memphis Mafia of Pete Kozma, Adrian Chambers, and Daniel Descalzo. As Fleming fouls that one back to the netting. And then our two teams met again in 2019, and the Cardinals forgot how to hit the baseball.
Yeah, please chime in your memories in the YouTube comments. We'll read them out on air.
The Cardinals already the first week of this season had 3 times better at average in the amount of games that they played in that 2019 NLCS, in which they hit just 210 as a team. They were hitting 312 through the first week of the season.
Well, they're doing good. They won today.
2-1. Fleming on the ground is short. Fielded cleanly, and a throw on to first is in time, 1 down. They did indeed. Nolan Gorman had his first big league homer.
You showed me before we went on air. That was
449 feet from the youngster. And his longtime teammate, until he got to the minor leagues, now teammates again, Matthew Librator, made his second big league start. Another bring Caden Smith to the dish. Smith lines that one into right. That will be caught on the run, 2 down. But as for Gorman and Librator I should say. Justin, I don't know if you know this story, and I don't know if a lot of you know this story. Gorman and Librator are both natives of Arizona, went to the same high school, played together growing up. Both their dads had coached the other since they were 5 years old.
How about that?
They were both called up to the big leagues and made their major league debuts on the same day on the same roster. And both were playing with AAA Memphis and got the call.
That's awesome. And that's what this game of baseball does. It gives people memories, creates memories for a lifetime for people.
And both families were there a week ago when both made their major league debut at PNC Park in Pittsburgh. Both made their Busch Stadium debuts this week. And that pitch to Breckbel misses low, 2-0 the count with Carolina trailing 4-0 here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. A really good crowd on hand here at Truist Stadium on Caturday night. Caturday Night Fever.
Yeah, you got
John Travolta sold separately.
You got the Panthers entourage right behind home plate.
Yeah, if you see some blue there behind home plate, that's the Panther entourage. We got Panther Elvis, the Mad Catter, Cat Daddy. Sir Purr did not make the trip, unfortunately.
You just hope that the Panthers have a good year this year.
Yeah, Sir Purr is tied up with other obligations. He may be hanging out with Hugo somewhere in the city of Charlotte. 3-1 the count. I don't think the MLS team has a mascot.
Well, maybe Sir Purr's.
I don't know if there's any MLS team that has a mascot for that matter, but they do mascots in soccer. I don't know.
I can't think of one.
3-1 to Breckbull is up the middle and through a base hit as it's past the diving man at second. Breckbull's going to head for second. Here's the relay, not in time, and it's a 2-out double. That'll get the crowd fired up.
What a play there by Breckbull off that ground ball out to center field. Almost got out there on the pickoff, but which is enough speed, got in time to the bag. What a great play.
Yeah, Rice tried to make the diving play at second, and Breckbull hustling all the way.
First runner in scoring position on the night for the Disco Turkeys.
First runner in scoring position and just the second hit of the night. As Breckbull stands at second. Carolina trailing 4-0. That's an important run to try and put a dent in this lead. The pitch to Bray. Up and in, ball one. One and 0 the count. And that right there on the outside corner, 1-1. Carolina trailing 4-0 here in the bottom half of the fourth inning.
Speaking of, Tanner Bray had some life news in the past couple hours. Just committed to a new university.
Committed to Guilford Tech. Congratulations to him. The 1-1 to him is outside, 2-1. Look at the runner at second from the stretch, and that's right there on the outside corner, 2-2. Boy, Justin, I'll tell you, Breckbull's getting a hefty secondary lead back there at second base.
Yeah, he is, and I think right now when you're down 4-0, I think you got to be a little more aggressive on the base path. So I think until the Disco Turkey, if the Disco catch up, I think you're going to see a lot more of those aggressive leads on the base paths.
2-2 is the count. Bray sprays that one foul to the right side, and they'll stay alive.
That was a good cut there by Bray, just right off the end of that bat.
Man at second, 2 down. Carolina trailing 4-0. Here's the 2-2. Bray takes outside corner, strike 3 called. The second time he's gone down looking. And he has a conversation here with our home plate umpire as he walks off. Carolina strands their second runner of the ball game, and they still trail 4-0 after 4.
And welcome back to Disco Turkey Baseball on YouTube. As right now, new pitcher in for the Carolina Disco Turkeys. It's Riley Ledford, the 5'10", 170-pound left-hander, freshman from Wilkesboro, North Carolina. Attends college at Queens University. In his year, he went third inning, No hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 3 walks, no strikeouts, and a 54 ERA in the 1 outing. And back in with the play-by-play, here's Brett Wiseman.
The Mad Cata and company getting into it with Sweet Caroline.
Yeah.
There he is, right down there. He and his Panther entourage.
They're having fun. They were having a good time. I mean, they were really getting into it on the...
That's what we want to see, isn't it?
Well, we might want to get the camera back down there. It's about to happen again. Here we go. Enjoy the spectacle. Here we go. He is having a good time with the rally. I mean, everybody has fun at it.
Everybody has fun at the ballpark.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we'll see what Mr. Ledford has. His collegiate teammate at Queens University, Kobe Cushing, had a pretty darn good outing of his own. And 2 strong innings and 4 strikeouts to boot.
Yeah, I thought a good outing. You know, you're just hoping that right now, if you're Ledford, you come in, get a similar performance.
And first pitch on the ground, back to him, fielded. And Ledford will run over to first and flip to Smith. There's a PFP for you. 1 down.
Yeah, that's absolutely what the Disco Turkeys needed. We talk about quick innings here. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Now pitching for your Disco Turkeys from Queens University, number 8, Ryman Ledford. At bat, their number 7, second baseman, Aiden Wright.
So Phillips the ground out, and here's Aiden Rice. 1-0 the count to him as that misses outside. And the Kingsmen leading this one 4-0. That's on the inside corner, strike 1. Oh, Justin, that's a good spot. Left on right, you sweep that pitch in there over the top. Pretty.
Yeah, great pitch.
1-1. Good off-speed pitch, got him swinging and missing in the dirt. 1-2. One-two pitch. In the dirt, 2-2. Good miss, though. Two-two. Popped up. Right side. Over to make the play is Breckbull, 2 down.
Great job there by Breckbull, able to move around. He had to take a couple steps over to his right to get that ball for the second out.
Now to bring in Stewart. Was walked and struck out in his 2 at-bats thus far. Takes ball 1 outside. With his team leading 4-0. And that one skips inside. He's able to hop out of the way of it. 2-0 the count now.
Yeah, 2-0 count. There and right now, I mean, just gotta get a couple. I think he gets 1 pitch in the strike zone that will easily boost the confidence in this at bat.
2-0. Swing and a miss. 2-1. Got that fastball right on past him. Two one. At the knees, 2-2. Good spot.
Yep, 2-2 right there down low. Trying to see if he could get him to chase and didn't bite.
Two misses outside. Full count now. For the Hurricanes fans listening in or watching, they are underway against the New York Rangers, trying to close it out at Madison Square Garden. And that misses inside, ball 4. And Stewart aboard with a 2-out walk. My St. Louis Blues going out last night. Your, I presume, Washington Capitals.
Yep.
Going out in the first round at the hands of the Florida Panthers, who were swept by the Tampa Bay Lightning. Tampa Bay awaiting the winner of Carolina and New York.
That'll be good Eastern Conference Finals.
Hurricanes have not won a game on the road the entire postseason. Hoping to change that trend tonight for the world's most famous arena. And we're rooting hard for them all across the state.
We'll keep you updated on the score.
Runner going, pitch is high, throw down wide of the bag. And a stolen base for Stewart as Edwards' throw was off to the right a little bit.
Yeah, second time that's happened tonight. And Brett, I think a lot of it's just like the guys just still building chemistry with each other. I think as they get to the summer, there'll be a lot more of the communication on those throwdowns.
Ledford from the stretch. That pitch misses inside. To the pitcher hitting for himself here.
Yeah, again, we were looking at their lineup card for the Kingsmen. They only have 2 bench players available for them tonight, so I think you're going to see everybody on that pitching staff hit because they don't really want to use their entire bench on a night when they only have 2 guys available.
3-0 the count as DeBrule likely be taking all the way here. Runner going, pitch is a strike. The throw is not in time. No, it wasn't a strike. Well, that looked good from up here, but it's ball 4. And now it's first and third with 2 down in a 4-0 Kingsman lead.
Yeah, 2 stolen bases and right there by Justin Stewart, and that pretty impressive there. But right now, if you're the Disco Turkeys, you got to get out of this inning, keep the deficit at 4.
Ledford's first pitch misses down on the way, ball 1. Back to the top of the order. And Meta. That is in there on the inside corner, strike 1. One and one the count with Carolina trailing this one 4-0. Here in the top half of the 5th. Swing and a miss by Meta, 1-2. See if the Turks can make a comeback here, if they can get out of this inning. One, two. Meta hammers it out to deep right. Breakable going back at the wall, and it's gone. Anthony Meta, a 2-run homer, a 3-run homer. Extends the lead now to 7-0 for the Kingsmen.
Yeah, that pitch there was just right in the rip zone, and Meta was able to crush that ball out to right and add 3 more for the Kingsmen on the night. Our first home run of the year.
First home run of the year either side.
Yep.
For anybody. Here's Jackson Homage, who takes strike 1. Oh, 1. Strike 2, inside corner. The 0-2, outside, 1-2. As the lead has been extended now to 7-0, but that's only the second hit of the night for the Kingsmen. 1-2 is slapped foul by Homage, and he'll stay alive.
Yep, I mean, Homage here just trying to stay alive, try to see another pitch here, but if you're led for this has been kind of getting a strikeout here would be good, at least a good way to kind of boost your confidence heading back into the dugout.
1-2 misses up and away, 2-2. Just try and get some kind of offense going would be ideal. 1-2. Foul back. And for this really good crowd on this Saturday night, who surprisingly did not bring their cats on Caturday Night Fever. 2-2 is outside, 3-2.
I haven't seen any, so unless there's one on like the far side of the stadium, far out of our sight line where we can't see them.
Well, they are a fairly small animal, so maybe difficult to see.
You had to bring it on a leash or a crate, or I was looking
Yeah.
at like the box.
I haven't seen any carriers or PetSmart boxes, so.
Well, if one ran on the field, then we know there's one here.
That's on the ground to short. Fleming on one hop. Throw on to first, bit high, but Smith comes down with it to retire the side. We're halfway through this one at Winston-Salem. The Kingsmen lead the Disco Turkeys 7-0 on the strength of the 3-run homer from Anthony Mehta. We're back here at Truist Stadium in downtown Winston-Salem. Brett Wiseman alongside Justin Zimmer. Carolina trailing this one 7-0. Here in the bottom half of the fifth inning, trying to make a dent in this lead. And it'll start with Aiden Edwards. And the first pitch to him is up and away, ball one. See if the ECU Pirate can get something going here.
Bro, we were talking about it last night. That's a pretty good baseball program in the American Conference, so it's a good place to kind of learn the game.
And that's lined out to shallow right. That's going to drop in a base hit. It's a leadoff single for Edwards. And let's get the crowd to keep the Let's Go Turkeys chant going, because that obviously worked.
I wish we had like a little button in there to tell me.
Yeah, we need a one in front of a live studio audience things, a little signs, applause, gasp.
Yeah, one of those.
We need one of those on the outside of the booth that says cheer.
Except they're all facing away from us.
Yes. They'll get into it.
Yeah.
Christian Azell will try and keep them into it and keep Carolina in the game here. They trail 7-0 in the bottom of the fifth. Azell takes ball one. It's outside of a pass ball as it gets past. drops right out of the mitt of, I believe, Phillips has moved behind the plate.
Yeah, I believe that is Phillips.
One zero. That one right there on the outside corner for strike number one. Ezel out of Brevard College.
Got a bunch of kids out on left sliding down the hill out there.
They don't have the cardboard with them. That could be dangerous.
Yeah, not like Lombardy Stadium.
1-1. Inside, 2-1. Boy, that looked good from up here.
Yeah, that was a great pitch up there. Great pitch to take a take on there and swing, but
You need base runners, and anything close, want to lay off and try to avoid grounding into a double play. Well, you can't now because the runner advanced to second. Wake up, Brett. 2-1. Swing and a miss, 2-2.
still the first homestand.
Ezel even count 2-2 with Carolina trailing 7-0. On the inside corner, got Ezel looking one down. Does not deter the Let's Go Turkeys chant, though.
You know where it's starting from? The Panthers section.
As it should.
I mean, they are loyal fans of a okay football team.
Whoa! How dare you be so spot on?
I'm a Giants fan, that's why. I can't.
No, you don't have room to talk then.
No, I don't.
Yeesh.
I don't.
Had a good draft, though. That's strike one to Aiden McAllister. As a Green Bay Packers fan, I must abstain, as every year when they make the playoffs, pain is induced through my entire body.
Yeah, sorry about it. NFC Championship.
Don't remind me of either time you came to Lambeau. 0-1 outside, 1-1. I would still like to have a word with Lawrence Tynes. Actually, I'd just like to have a word with Brett Favre as to why he even threw the football that one time. Yeah.
Oh, we got a mound visit.
We have a mound visit. Okay, back to the sport we're actually broadcasting.
Probably just right here, kind of. You're probably just seeing one of those little confidence meetings there. I mean, he's thrown. I thought he's thrown a couple very good pitches.
Most of the pitches he's thrown that haven't been strikes haven't missed
Yeah,
by a ton.
No.
So he's been around the plate since he entered the ball game.
My opinion, it's kind of an odd time to call a mound visit. I'll be honest with you. You mentioned. He's throwing around the zone. It's not like he's missing pitches. So
Our home plate umpire out to break things up here. That was a fairly long conversation.
And it wasn't going over the signs, because if it was going over the signs, the catcher would have just got out there.
All right, McAllister will step back in with an even 1-1 count, and the Kingsmen leading this one 7-0. That's lined into right, but right at Stewart for out number 2. Boy, he squared that one up, Justin, but right at him and right.
Yeah, he did. And you just look at that. If it was a little more deeper, I think you would have seen Edwards go to third. It was just kind of a little more in shallow right, so not enough room for Edwards to safely tag up and get to third.
So after the leadoff hit and the advance on the pass ball, too quickly down, and that would bring Yates to the plate. Check on Edwards at second. Pitch to Yates is in there for strike number 1. Yates, the designated hitter tonight, has popped out in his only plate appearance. See if he can rally here with 2 down and get Dion Tubbs to the plate. Yates on the ground is short, fielded cleanly. Throw on to first is going to be in time, and Carolina strands Edwards after the leadoff hit. 7-0 after 5 in Winston-Salem.
And welcome back out to Disco Turkey Baseball here on YouTube. Disco Turkey's down by 7. Riley Ledford in for his second inning of work. And back in with the play-by-play, the voice of the Disco Turkeys, Brett Wiseman.
Thank you, Justin Zimmer. 7 runs, 2 hits, no errors on the board for the Kingsmen. No runs, 3 hits for Carolina, and 1 error as the first pitch misses outside to Comper. That's right there on the outside corner, strike 1 from Ledford. Ledford's 1-1 is outside, 2-1.
You know, Ledford comes into this inning, I think, and to see how his confidence is after that last night, after looking at that 3-1 home run, he was able to get good out there, but this point just got to he had a couple minutes, got to take a deep breath in the dugout, and now comes right back out.
The 3-1 count now after the breaking ball in the dirt. That's in the air right side, but foul out of play.
A 3-2 count. Ledford winds up. Kicks and deals. And that will be ruled a walk to Camper. So now runner on first in the top of the 6th inning, and that will bring up Johnny Sweeney up to the plate. Sweeney on the night, 1 for 2 with the walk in the first. First pitch from Ledford, calls bunt. Got to drop it down.
Foul ball.
And foul. Back, Sweeney gets ready to go. Back there to the plate, so foul ball. Infield and double play alignment with second and short. Sweeney ready. At the plate. Ledford gets ready. Winds up, kicks and deals. Sweeney signals bunt again. And down low, ball one. 1-1 count. Couple substitutions to bring to you. Max Gustafson, he checks in over at short. See him from the beach blonde hair, and that will hit Johnny Sweeney. And that will now send a runner to second as Sweeney is hit on the wrist.
I believe that's the second time tonight he's been hit by a pitch. No, only the first.
Was walked in the first inning. And that will bring up Blaine McLevin. He's on the night. He was hit by a pitch, 0 for 2 though, in his subsequent at-bats. And the pitch, he signals bunt as well. That will be over to third. And that will be out number 1. Dino Thorpe checks in at third base, and that will be out number 1. Runners advance to second and third.
So the sacrifice does its job there, Justin. And so second and third now, 1 out. As we said, the Kingsmen only have 2 men available on the bench tonight.
Yeah, so it's gonna be, we're gonna see their bench strain throughout the year.
That's strike 1. I believe that's one of the bench players there who stepped in behind the plate, trying to get a name and number for you. Second and third, 1 out. And a 7-0 lead as that misses outside ball 1. Nope, that is indeed Phillips. And fouls that one back, 1-2.
Yeah, good contact there, just went right behind.
Seven nothing lead here in the top of the 6th for the Kingsmen. The 1-2 outside, 2-2. Tharp holding the runner on at third. Ledford a check. And Phillips in the air to left. Ezel back to make the catch, but this will be deep enough to score the run. And the sacrifice fly by Phillips will score Comper and make it 8-0.
Yeah, deep fly ball out there. Back into the night like got caught it there by Ezel. Quickly threw it home. Interesting though, you did not see Sweeney advance over to third on that tag because that was deep enough to.
That was deep enough for him to tag up at second as well. Good point. Gustafson playing back at short as that's foul tipped on the first pitch by Rice. Strike 1.
Yeah, that was a very good swing there by Sweeney.
That was a power cut.
Yeah. We'll talk about that with Gustafson when he comes up to the plate.
0-1 in there. Strike 2.
Kind of low and on the edge there.
Good spot. The 0-2 is a breaking ball that looked like slipped out of his hand on the follow-through. 1-2. 8-0. Kingsmen lead. Here in the top half of the 6th with 1 on and 2 out.
About to say their first exhibition, so
Swung on and missed. Ledford got Rice swinging, and that will retire the side. Not before one comes across to extend the Kingsman lead to 8-0. We're through 5.5 in Winston-Salem. We're back here at Truist Stadium in downtown Winston-Salem. Top of the order for the Carolina Disco Turkeys as they trail the Kingsmen 8-0 here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Dion Tubbs will get things started. And take ball one outside. Let's go Turkeys chant going on. The 1-0 to Dion. Right there on the outside corner, strike one.
1-1 count there to Tubbs, and he's the right guy you want to lead it off here because he's got the speed. Last year at the inside the park home run.
And 30 stolen bases. Dion takes strike two on the outside corner. We talked about what a force, what a absolute X factor he was for this ball club a year ago, and trying to be that again. 1-2. Tubbs fouls that one back off to the left side. And out of play. And Tubbs takes in the dirt, 2-2 now. Full count now to Dion.
Yeah, that pitch down low there, trying to see if Dion was going to swing at it. He didn't, so good take there. Not with the pink bat tonight, though.
No, he went with it early on there, but not here. That's on the ground up the middle. That will be knocked down. But an infield hit nonetheless. It was going to be a hit either way, even if it got through. But knocking it down as Dion, as slowly as that was hit, might have been able to get to second on it. So good play there up the middle to knock that down, as with his speed, that's stopping an extra base hit. by Homage.
Yeah, absolutely, and that brings up Max Jefferson to the plate in. And Brett, you and I saw him earlier in the cage today.
It's one of those guys that Carolina's going to need with a roster limited with left-handed bats. They need his pop. That's in there, strike one.
And
he
really
has some.
it today.
He was taking some vicious hacks in the cage earlier this afternoon. Behind in the count, 0-1. Swing and a miss, and a big one at that, a breaking ball that had some serious downward movement on it.
Yeah, Gustafson, I thought he had a good night last night in the first start, and then now today he gets a opportunity to come in.
Try and spark the offense. In the dirt, 1-2. And Phillips will look Dion back after the ball in the dirt. One, two. Is low, 2-2 now. Well, the plot thickens a bit as Carolina tries to get this offense up and rolling. Down the late innings, bottom of the sixth, 8-0 lead for the Kingsmen, despite 4 hits on the ledger for Carolina. Gustafson up the middle, double play ball, 6-3, 2 down.
That's the second double play on the night that Deion Tubbs has been involved with.
Now to bring Caden Smith to the dish now. He'll try and start a 2-out rally with Carolina trailing 8-0. Here in the bottom half of the 6th inning.
Number 17, Caden Smith.
First pitch to him is in there at the knee, strike one. Good frame back there by Phillips. Looked a little bit low, but he was able to bring it up and get the call. Oh, and 1 the count. Takes that high, 1-1. One. Foul back. 1-2 the count now.
Right now, if you're Caden Smith, you just need to kind of work up the pitch count here. If you're the Disco Turks, just work up the count. Just try to get to the Kingsmen's pitching staff.
Smith will lace that one foul out of play to the right, as there is action. In the Kingsmen bullpen. A righty is loosening.
And the Panther entourage right below 7. Good picture session.
1-2. Smith on the ground, left side foul. Head coach Kirk Cabana and third base coach Kirk Cabana unable to barehand that. Smith battling here. 1-2. Foul back again.
I mean, he's just fighting in this at bat. That's just what you got to ask him to do, and he's doing it.
Doing exactly what you asked of him. That's get the pitch count up.
Absolutely. Well, as the pitch count goes up, a lot of times you see a pitcher make more mistakes.
Another 1-2. That's grounded foul again. Update from Madison Square Garden. It's not good for the Canes, as they again are off to a slow start on the road. They've not won a road game all playoffs, and they trail the Rangers 2-0 already. There are 3 minutes to go in that first period. 1-2. Smith taps that one, foul yet again.
Just think you could have game 7 in Raleigh.
Had a game 7 in the first round. Had 5 of 7 first-round series
Yeah.
go 7 games in the NHL. Not the same in the second round.
I think the most since like 89.
We will have a game 7, though, in the NBA tomorrow. Heat and Celtics as Smith hits that one well in the air to center field. Back it goes, just short of the warning track. The catch is made nicely on the move there by McClavian, and that will retire the side. No runs on a hit, nobody left. Carolina still trails 8-0 after 6 in Winston-Salem.
And welcome back to Disco Turkey Baseball here on YouTube. Brand new pitcher in for your Carolina Disco Turkeys is number 26, Holden Biffle, a 6'1", 170-pound right-hander. Incoming freshman going to DePaul in Indiana. Give you his velos, courtesy of Prep Baseball Report. Fastball 81 to 83, curveball at 64, and a changeup at 74.5. And back in with the play-by-play, Brett Wiseman.
Thank you, Justin Zimmer. Holden Biffle, not to be confused with Greg. And the Biff, set to make his first pitch as a Disco Turkey. We'll call him that. If Greg gets mad, then we'll stop. But that's up and away, ball 1.
I mean, we are in NASCAR country, so I think
We
the
are in
Biff's
NASCAR
okay.
country. We are NASCAR fans.
Yeah.
Both of us. And misses outside. 2-0 now. 2 good fastballs, but just missed outside. Speaking of motorsports, tomorrow is widely considered the best day in all of motorsports, as that's a big-time fastball that swung on and missed for strike number 1.
Got Monaco in the morning.
Yep, get up early, get your coffee for the Formula One Monaco Grand Prix. Indy 500 just after lunch. And then once that ends, you can digest your hot dogs and then eat more, because the now, as of tonight, sold out Coca-Cola 600 will take place
Were you looking
out
for
at
tickets?
Charlotte Motor Speedway. Yes, I was,
Okay.
actually. Yeah. We had the largest crowd there since 2017, but the 8th straight sellout of a Coca-Cola 600 dating back to 2014. Here's DeBrule after the leadoff walk to Stewart.
Yeah, we don't need my picks for tomorrow's races, do we?
And DeBrule down the butt. Fielded at third and thrown by Dino Tharp. And now the runner's going to go for third. He's going to be out. It's a double play. Oh, baby. The Kingsmen got greedy, and Dino and Caden Smith made him pay.
How about that? Right there on that 135, right off the hop to that bunt. He comes right in. right over there. Great pit. Biffle goes right over to first, and then right over to Dino third. Got a little too greedy right there. Double play, 2 outs, and that is a quick inning. That is exactly what the Disco Turkeys needed.
Holden Biffle, you said it, got over there to cover third.
That is a momentum play right there. That is what that is a
Two
play.
big outs. Ooh, the Biff bringing the velo.
Yeah.
Heard that pop all the way up here, but it missed up and in. 1-0.
And especially in games like this, like when you're down, you really need a great play to kind of get the morale going. That's when you can do right there.
So the ever common 5-3-1 double play has 2 down.
Don't think I've ever seen one until tonight.
Just imagine having to score the now infamous double play that the Cardinals turned a year ago, in which Tyler O'Neill came in from left field and basically played shortstop because there were 2 Cubs in separate rundowns.
I don't. Yeah, that'd be one I'd have to look back at after the game and go.
I believe it went something to the effect of 6-5, 4-8, 2-6. Hit by pitch on what would have been ball 4 anyways. That's the second time Meta's been hit.
And same batter as well. Meta's been the victim of both of those.
That's the 4th time he's reached base. He's been hit by 2 pitches. Actually, that's the 5th time he's reached base. He's been hit by 2 pitches, walked twice, and then the 3-run homer. That's back to the mound, off the glove of Biffle. Nice play at third by Dino Tharp to get that off the carom and make the throw to first to retire the side. Heads up play by Dino, and that will do it. We're through 6.5. It's stretch time in the 3-3-6. Carolina's got 9 outs to get 8 runs. That clock starts when we come back.
And welcome back to Disco Turkey Baseball here on YouTube. New pitcher for the Kingsmen. It's the left-hander, Zach Stoffel from Vanguard University, native of Oakville, Ontario, Canada. As now he comes in, bottom of the 7th. Once again, here's Brett Wiseman.
Thank you, Justin Zimmer. Native of Ontario, there's no Ontarian teams left in the Stanley Cup playoffs. There is a team from Alberta left after the 2 of them went at it in the Battle of Alberta. I'll tell you, that's going to be a fun Western Conference final. No, my St. Louis Blues aren't in it, but that's a pretty darn good consolation prize for hockey fans everywhere.
You got McKinnon and McDavid.
They have the 2 best players on the planet right now, Nathan McKinnon and Connor McDavid, go head-to-head, and the talent that's around them, too.
Starts Tuesday night on TNT.
And a swing and a miss by Breichel there for strike 1. And they'll start tomorrow night on TNT.
No, Tuesday night.
Tuesday night, excuse me.
Yeah. Gretzky better show up to work.
As long as the Biz and Rick Tocchet have some friendly banter, we'll be okay. 0-1 is right there on the outside corner, strike two.
I mean, it's in Edmonton for him. For Wayno.
And TNT, I believe, will be on the road, so if there's anywhere Wayne would like to go, Edmonton would probably be at the top of the list. 0-2 to Breakable. Misses outside, 1-2 now, as the Kingsmen lead this one 8-0 here in the bottom half of the seventh inning. You talk about all the talent that's around those guys: Leon Draisaitl, Cale Makar, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Gabriel Landeskog. Breakable pops that one up right side, and it will be caught for out number one. Well, that's the same spot the last night. And we saw a dropped pop up, but Homage was able to make the play right there.
Well, Maj, a little trouble fielding that ball. We talked about it last night with the lights coming in. You know, you don't really have a chance to kind of look around and see the ballpark ahead of time. So you're going to have a couple tough fielding spots. There's you saw one right there. And the bench down low ball, too.
See if Tanner Bray can try and get something going right here. He struck out looking both times at the plate. And whacks that one foul into the Kingsman dugout. 2-1 is the count. The seventh inning stretch was take meow to the ball game, as it is Caturday Night Fever here in Winston-Salem. Bray grounded to short, fielded cleanly, throw in time, a bit low, but handled for out number two.
Brings up Barnhart. We talked to him yesterday. Barn, you and I had a nice chat with him a day ago about the wood bats.
Yeah, that was interesting when we talked to him about the difference between wood and aluminum, as it's the UNC Pembroke Brave that steps in and will take over behind the plate for Aiden Edwards, as you can close the book on him. The third catcher on the roster is playing left field tonight. That's Christian Izell. He's on deck. If Barham can find a way to get on here, and he's out in front of an off-speed pitch, 1-1. One in the dirt, 2-1 to Barham. The 2-1 is outside, 3-1. 2-out walk would be nice.
Now batting, number 20, Jonathan Barham.
3-1 to Barham. Swing and a miss, 3-2. We had the green light there on 3-1. And when you're down by 8 in the seventh inning, it's not a bad time to go hack it.
No, absolutely. That's when you absolutely got to let it rip, and he wanted to do one right there.
Three-two. Swing and a miss. He got him. And that'll do it. We're through 7. Kingsman lead 8-0. back here at Truist Stadium in downtown Winston-Salem. Brett Wiseman alongside Justin Zimmer. The contingent of Panthers fans have broken out the Cupid Shuffle. Everybody's having fun on Caturday Night Fever.
Yeah, they've had a great time all night. You know, I mean, we got a Panther Elvis,
Mad Catta,
Matt,
got
Matt
Cat Daddy.
Cat Daddy over there.
I don't know who the fourth and fifth individuals are, but
No, I haven't figured those out yet either. And we got the Disco Turkey Bachelor Chase Locklear walking around the ballpark.
yes, the Disco Turkey Bachelor, as he's known, Chase Locklear, but Comper, where we could even collect our breath here.
Sounds like a good promotional that idea
Laces a base hit.
with the Disco Turkey Bachelor.
We're talking about a reality series here. What are we doing?
I think maybe like a theme night.
Yeah, we could do that. Last year on the trip to Martinsville Speedway, Austin St. Laurent and Kix Farrell commenced their bromance at the start-finish line in a recreation of a scene from Talladega Nights. Our good friend Ben Ramus is the one that filmed and edited that, and it just went everywhere on social media. The count is 1-1 to Sweeney as the Kingsmen lead 8-0 and have a chance to add to it here at the top of the 8th. Biffle a check on the runner, and Sweeney swinging away. Fouls that one back over top of the concourse and into the parking lot.
Your Disco Turkey's pitcher from DePaul,
About-
number 26,
About to say, gonna be a good ball for fans. A couple Biff fans in the crowd tonight as they just introduced him.
Sounds like some members of the Biffle family. And from the stretch, the 1-2 on the way. Sweeney fouls that one the other way again. A couple of really good hacks, though.
Yeah, he's got a couple good axes at bat.
Biffle's 1-2 and is lined out to left, but in the tracks of Ezel, who's able to slide over and make the play for out number 1. Oh, Sweeney flies out. That's out number 1 here in the 8th inning. And that'll bring Maveri into the plate.
the batter's center fielder, number 20, Mike McIlvaine.
McIlvaine, I should say.
Yeah, Biffle steps off for a second. Then, like the call, gonna get a new one right here.
And the first pitch to McIlvaine is a heavy fastball, but it was overthrown outside 1-0.
Well, you saw Barham get up there. I think he was looking for a pitch out scenario there with the runner on first and Camper.
That's up and in, 2-0. And you got to think here, Justin, maybe messing with the timing on the delivery over there at first is the speed of Comper.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's had a couple bases tonight, so.
That one foul tipped into the mid of Barham, 2-1. With the Kingsmen leading this one 8-0. Two one outside, 3-1. That action in the Carolina bullpen, another lefty loosening. Up and in, ball 4, as with a 3-ball count, Comper had taken off, but it's a 1-out walk to McIlvaine. And that will bring Phillips to the plate. Phillips, an infield hit, a ground out, and a sac fly to his credit, along with a walk. Takes high ball 1. from Holden Biffle out of DePaul. Not DePaul, DePaul University.
Up in Indiana.
Up and in, 2-0. First and second, one out. Kingsmen leading this one 8-0. That's right down the middle, strike one. Good comeback pitch right there. Two one. Swing and a miss by Phillips. Pulled that front hip out way too soon. 2-2.
I see a good pitch on the good swing and a miss.
2-2 is popped up right side. And the catch, no, it's going to drop. And everybody's going to be safe out of frame. So a little pop up to shallow right, and it looked like Breckbull maybe lost it in the lights a little bit.
Yeah, looked a little bit like he was trying to figure out where it was, and it's kind of hard, your second game here, so you're still kind of getting used to your surroundings, and you're gonna have that, throughout the course of a season, but especially when you're in a new ballpark, you still haven't played many games here.
That's popped up left side by Rice. Infield fly rule should be in effect, and it's dropped. Well, wait a minute, because that was the infield fly rule. The batter's out. So that's not a terrible play, all things considered. Actually, a smart play.
Yeah, the runners couldn't advance regardless, so.
Nobody advances, and the batter's automatically out on an infield fly rule. That brings Stewart to the plate. 1-0 count to him. That's outside, 2-0. They haven't changed the out on the scoreboard, but that's indeed the case. Big swing and a miss by Stewart. And it's a 2-1 count.
Yeah, 2-1. Good hack there. The bases loaded.
2-1 outside, 3-1. Most notable infield fly scenario was the first ever National League wildcard game back in 2013. On a pop-up to shallow left, infield fly was called. 3-1 swung on and missed, 3-2. The aforementioned Pete Kozma dropped it on purpose so that no one could advance. The game was then delayed 40 minutes because Braves fans littered Turner Field with trash as that one's fouled to the right side.
Oh, yeah, that was the beer game.
Pete Kozma won for postseason drama in his short major league career. Full count, bases loaded, runners going, and up and in, ball four. And a walk and a run, and it's 9-0 Kingsmen.
A.J. Lewis coming out for a mound visit, just right here, we're going to take the ball from him.
Yep, pitching change on the way. That'll do it for Holden Biffle.
As the new pitcher will come in, we'll step aside, take a quick break. You're watching Disco Tricky Baseball on YouTube. And welcome back to Disco Turkey Baseball here on YouTube. Justin Zimmer, Brett Wiseman here with you. New pitcher for the Disco Turkeys. It's Dawson Neal making his first appearance on the young season. And back in with the play-by-play. Here's Brett Wiseman.
Dawson Neal, the Pfeiffer University product. The Falcons Division III program out in Salisbury. 1-0 the count. His first pitch misses. And thinking of Kix Farrell, Disco Turkey from a season ago, as that one misses up and in 2-0 for clarifying. Runners can advance on an infield fly. That's outside, 3-0 now.
Yeah, this is a tough situation for Neal to inherit here. You got bases loaded, and right now, once again, you just don't want this game to go into double digits.
That's up and away, ball 4, and indeed it'll go to double digits. It's now a 10-0 Kingsmen lead. It's now over half the runs on the night accounted for via free bases.
You bring up a guy who in the 5th inning here, Meta, went deep. If you're running out of the Disco Turkey, you just want to get a double play, get out of this inning.
And went about 5 or 6 rows deep out into the seats in right field for a 3-run homer that really busted this thing open. And take strike 1 right there.
No seating out right, though, either, so you could go out and probably try to go get that ball.
Probably good.
And that was the first home run of the season.
0-1. Up and in, 1-1. So in case you missed the weirdest drama in baseball this year, Tommy Pham, yesterday during batting practice for Reds and Giants, slapped Jock Peterson. Here's the 1-1. That's in there, 1-2 on a strike on the inside corner. Slapped Jock Peterson over a fantasy football dispute from a year ago.
Went Will Smith on him.
Jock Peterson kept the receipts on that, by the way. Jock apparently sent a meme making fun of the Padres, who Pham was a member of last year. And that strike 3 called on the inside corner, 2 down. And, oh, wait, that's out number 3 because they never put the 3rd out on the board from the infield fly. Okay, to the bottom of the 8th we go. We're back here at Truist Stadium in downtown Winston-Salem. Christian Izell leads things off. Carolina trails 11-0 to the Kingsmen as Izell fouls that one off to the right side. Update from Madison Square Garden. It's not much better for the Carolina Hurricanes. It's 3-1 now. Rangers, 13:55 to go in the second period. Antti Ranta has been pulled in favor of rookie goaltender Peter Kochetkov. 0-1 is in the dirt, 1-1.
Heading for Game 7 in Raleigh.
Looks like it. And Kochetkov, who almost put Brad Marchand in his place last series, that went 7. 1-1 is fouled off, 1-2.
Good grab in the dugout. Hello.
Very nice catch in the dugout out of frame.
Very nice. Yeah, flip the hair back. Congratulations. Right next to Gustafson.
Gustafson, yes. Gustafson with the beach blonde locks. It's really a sight to behold if you get to see it, especially with a smeared eye black.
Ball caught there by Caden Smith.
And Izell pops that one foul back, 1-2.
I mean that smeared eye black looks pretty nice. Like when we were watching him in the cage. I believe it was yesterday.
It's a good look when he's hitting nukes in the cage. See if Izell can do the same right here. With an 11-0 Kingsman lead, takes outside 2-2.
Great crowd on hand tonight. Enjoying Disco Turkey baseball.
A really good crowd here for Caturday Night Fever. Thinned out a little bit as the night is worn on, but still a great many on hand. 2-2. Izell takes outside 3-2. Boy, that looked good. A full count offering to Izell. Yeah, the dirt ball 4, and it's a leadoff walk. Second time Izell has reached via the free pass tonight.
Yeah, second walk there. You know, first one was out in the third inning. That brings up Dino Tharp to the plate. Dino Tharp comes in from Carolina University. Started last night's game.
It started last night at first base. Came in tonight to replace at third.
Last night went 0 for 4, looking for his first hit of the summer.
And that's fouled back, 0-1. 11 runs on just 4 hits for the Kingsmen. No runs on the same amount of hits for Carolina, and 1 error. Oh, 1. Swing and a miss by Dino, 0-2 as he drops to an E. Kingsmen 3 in the first, 1 in the second, 3 in the fifth, 1 in the sixth, and 3 in the top half of this inning, the 8th. Check on Izell, and the 0-2 to Dino is swung on and missed for out number 1 here in the 8th.
Yeah, good. You know, just got a good approach there, at least at the plate, but just missed time on that last swing.
And that will bring Grant Harris to the plate. Pitch hitting for the DH Yates.
His first at bat of the summer. We get to see him for the first time.
And a check on Izell at first. And we saw some good things from Harris in the cage as well. Another Carolina University product. As we talked about, there's only 4 left-handed batters on this roster total. So important for a guy like that to be able to uppercut.
Absolutely, absolutely brings a pop. And once again, he's with Kirk Cabana, and his university's just right across that bridge out in right field.
Dion Tubbs on deck. If Harris can avoid a double play. Big swing and a miss, 0-2. Oh, you're down 11. You might as well swing for the fences. You
That
like
was great power swing right there, too. We saw a lot of that from him in the cage this morning. This afternoon we got here.
it. 0-2. Outside, 1-2. That's a really good take right there.
Absolutely, 1-2, and decent play there.
One and two is the count to Harris, and he swings and misses at that one, and it's back-to-back strikeouts to follow the leadoff walk.
That brings up Dion Tubbs. Dion really, he can hit. We've seen that a couple times in the first two games here.
He's accounted for, I should say, half the hits on the night for Carolina.
Yeah, first in the sixth inning.
Pair of infield singles. Takes up and away, ball one.
A high pitch up there, and
takes a breaking ball over the inside corner for strike one. One. Tubbs rips that one into center, but it's going to be caught by McClanahan for out number 3. We're 3-8 in Winston-Salem. Kingsmen lead it 11-0. All right, so that'll do it for us. That'll do it for us here from Truist Stadium tonight. A 10-run after 8 rule in effect, the mercy rule. So the final 11-0 in favor of the Kingsmen tonight. So Carolina drops the opening 2 games of the homestand. Justin, not an ideal start, but a lot to build off of, certainly.
yeah, it's not an ideal start. I think you've had 2 nights of kind of 2 different stories. I think the first night, it was good because I think the first night they fought back. I think tonight, Kingsmen, a lot of walks. I think there was a lot of just on the
a lot
pitching
of free bases.
Yeah, a lot of free bases tonight, but they got 2 games against 2 CPL teams on Tuesday and Wednesdays, which unfortunately we cannot bring to you because of we can catch that game on Flow Sports, but they got the Kingsmen next Thursday, but they got a couple days off. Rest up a little bit, build a little more, have practice maybe on Monday, and work the kinks out. But it's early in the season, it was a rough night tonight for the Disco Turkeys on the pitching side.
Take a look at that upcoming schedule later on this week. As you said, Forest City Owls on Tuesday, the Martinsville Mustangs on a Wednesday. Get both those games available through the Coastal Plain League on Flow Sports, Flow Baseball. Back against the Kingsmen, but from LP Fran Stadium and a Hickory, home of the Crawdads. At Thursday night, we'll have that one for you, as we will have Saturday against the Statesville Owls and Sunday against the Morrisville Cardinals from Forbush High School. Another trip to Hickory comes June the 9th when they face the Boone Bigfoots. Some other barnstorming. Allegheny High School in Sparta against the Bigfoots. Back to the Frans for another one against the Bigfoots later in June. A matchup against the Yard Goats from American Legion Field in Danville, Virginia. 2 home games, July 4th and 5th. Opponent TBD for July 4th, but July 5th against the Native American national team at Truist Point, home of the Atlantic League of Professional Baseball's High Point Rockers. So a lot to look forward to this year, Justin, but certainly things to build off of. And then 2 games against Coastal Plain League teams. It doesn't get a whole lot easier from here, but I think from what we've seen from this team the last 2 nights, I think they're going to have a better sense going into this busy week of ball games about what they've got both at the plate and on the mound.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of things. I think it's like the opening series. So I think that they're just trying to start building the puzzle, and it takes time to build a puzzle. It's kind of like baking a cake. You got to get this group of guys to gel together. You still got other guys coming in, finishing up their seasons at their respective institutions. So it'll take time, but they'll turn it around. There's no doubt about that. It's just, it takes time, but you get ready. But CPL, I mean, just real quick talking about Martinsville, they got a lot of guys. They got a couple SEC guys on that team from University of Arkansas. So
The top 5 Arkansas program. So more
they won't
coming
be
there.
there that night. They'll be getting ready for a NCAA berth most likely. But rough night for the Turkeys. But we'll be back at it next Thursday night when we have our first barnstorming.
We have our first barnstorm from the Franz in Hickory. For Justin Zimmer and everybody here with the Carolina Disco Turkeys, Brett Wiseman saying so long and good night. We'll see you Thursday night in Hickory.